Hey guys, it's Christine. Welcome to my kitchen. And today's adventure is going to be, I'm going to be throwing together some sweet and sour sauce from a Pinterest recipe that I found because we had quinoa, rice, and shrimp last night, and I did not have any sweet and sour sauce, so my husband was very sad. But I happen to have all the ingredients, so I don't have to go shopping or anything. And I just thought I'd do a quick video and bring you along with while I put it together. So come on with. Hey guys, okay, I'm back. So hair is up, apron is on, ingredients are ready to go. I've got kind of a medium saucepan, and I just kind of went over the recipe, which I've got my glasses on so I can read the recipe, and it sounds like it's fairly simple. So I've got my tablet here. I've got out my tablespoon, and it basically says to add the ingredients to taste. So I've got everything out, which is pineapple juice, and I like to use the one that is like 100% actual juice, and then ketchup, and actually I just opened up my cornstarch, and I like to store it in mason jars, so some cornstarch, and then apple cider vinegar. So I've got the Bragg kind, and then also soy sauce, which we don't really use soy sauce. We use the liquid Aminos, which is basically the same thing. And then last but not least is my garlic. So we love garlic in this house. I just did a preservation of garlic. I bought a giant bag at Costco, peeled them, and then I'm actually storing them in olive oil in the fridge. So if you've never heard of that, I found it from, who was it? Becky from Acre Homestead. She's a great channel. She pretty much does everything homemade, which is pretty exciting to watch. But these were kind of the really teeny tiny ones, so I kind of just keep those in the fridge for when I can just kind of grab and go. And then my handy dandy little mincer that I found at, I think it was Home Goods or TJ Maxx or something. You literally just put the little clove on there and then smash it down. This comes off, so I'll show you that once we get to that part. So like I said, I've got the medium saucepan out here, and I don't have my whisk. I think my husband used it this morning. So we're just going to grab, oh, I've got my spoon out. So I just have like a silicone spoon, and we're gonna go through and add just a little bit of the ingredients. They didn't really say a specific amount, so I think it's, like I said, to taste. So I'm just gonna give this a shake. But yeah, we had some Chinese food last night, and I'm just kind of doing a 1 count. So, and then we had some homemade Chinese food. We had some shrimp thawed, I should say thawed, and give a little squirt of that. And I made a recipe, you know those packets that you can buy of like the pre-made, it's rice and quinoa with garlic. In these little packets that serve two, like that's nice. Those are, I don't know, they're at least almost $3 for this pack. And so what I did was I bought organic rice. It wasn't the brown rice, but I bought organic jasmine rice, and I bought organic quinoa, and I have garlic, and I have some seasonings. And so I just made up my own concoction, and I added some fresh organic baby Bella mushrooms, and used my food processor and chopped them up really fine and put them in this mix. And my husband's not a huge quinoa fan, but it ended up turning out really great. So I added the shrimp to it and just kind of sauteed it together with a little bit of butter. And yeah, it turned out great, but the only thing missing was this. So I'm gonna turn this on kind of a lower heat because you don't want to really scorch it. So far I've added the pineapple juice and a squirt of ketchup and some apple cider vinegar with the mother. And that's kind of what gives it the tartness. So I didn't really want to put a lot in there. And then the saltiness is going to come from the soy sauce, which we use the liquid Aminos, which is also kept in the fridge. So I'm just going to kind of dollop that in there. It's a squeeze bottle, so it doesn't really come out real fast. And then I'm just going to kind of give it a stir here. So, like I said, try not to scorch it. My stove tends to run pretty warm, even though it is a gas one. My low is not really low, so I gotta kind of watch it. And then I'm going to get a clove of garlic, and I think this one's already peeled. So I'm going to show you how this little thing works. So you literally just set the little clove on it and then close it. Oops, maybe it's not peeled. I don't think this one's peeled. So, cut. All right, so I'm going to take my handy dandy bigger knife here, and I'm going to squash it down, kind of like what everybody does. I'm gonna get a cutting board here. Squash it down and then peel it. Let's take a different one here. So you take it and then smash it down with your knife, and then the peel comes off pretty easy. And actually that one was a dud, so don't mind me. There's a couple fatter ones in here. So let's do that again. Take two. All right, there we go. Peel is coming off. Yeah, so I peeled probably 4 pounds at least of garlic, and I put them in olive oil because then you can just kind of grab and go. You don't have to mess around like this. You just spoon it out, and usually when you're kind of cooking with garlic, you actually, my sink is right here if you're wondering what I'm doing, you actually usually do use olive oil, you know, as you're cooking. So I thought it was a great way to do it. I'll show you that at the end, what it looks like, right? So I put the clove in, and I'm going to press it down. And it just minces it for you. How cool is that? And yep, all of it's in there. So that's what you end up with. It's kind of fun. And yeah, so I'm just gonna plop those in there. I got my little tablespoon for the cornstarch. Give that a rinse. And then let's add the cornstarch. Like I said, it's on really low heat here. And it says if you want a little bit thicker sauce to use 2 tablespoons, but I'm just going to use 1 because you can always add, but you can't take away. So let's give this a stir. I see it's kind of starting to heat up here. It's going to thicken it up. And let's see how it tastes. Once it kind of heats up here, I don't have a lot of liquid, so like this is just like a smaller recipe, but it says that you can keep it in the refrigerator for up to 3 weeks after you make it. So if you wanted to make a bigger portion, you can. I'm just kind of trying it out with you guys. Oh yeah, here we go. It's starting to really thicken up here. You can see it kind of sticking to the bottom. Oh yeah. So keep stirring. Stir, stir, stir. You can add more garlic. You can add more soy sauce, etc. Which, like I said, we use the liquid Aminos. And the reason why we use that is because if you ever look at the label on the back, it has all of these different health benefits, non-GMO, etc. No alcohol, gluten-free, no artificial preserves. And yeah, we just really like it. We've replaced our soy sauce a long time ago with that. So, oh my gosh, it actually is starting to really look like soy sauce. Okay. Like I said, my stove is not really low, even when it's like on low. So look at it, it's really like thickening up. And it's looking pretty good. It's kind of exciting. Just thought I'd do a quick video on this. All right, well, it looks like it's kind of all stirred together. You can kind of see the little pieces of garlic in there, which is kind of fun. All right, and I'm gonna get a spoon and test it out. Let's see how it tastes. I want to surprise my husband. He's out playing his pickleball right now with his buddies. So let's see how it tastes. Let's see if I need to add anything. So here it is. And actually, like I said, it's pretty thick. It's gonna drip on the bottom here, but ooh, when it's boiling, turn it off. I can hear it. Let's move it to the middle. That's kind of exciting. So it definitely, you can taste the soy. The soy and the garlic. So I'm not a huge pineapple juice fan, but we were sick a couple weeks ago with kind of that congestion, and pineapple juice is amazing for that. I'm not a doctor, but it's definitely helps with, like, you know, the congestion, etc. But so yeah, you can't really taste the pineapple juice very much, but the ketchup kind of comes through. And yeah, I think I might add another clove of garlic to it, and I think we're gonna call it a day. So yeah, thanks for coming along with, guys. I'm kind of excited. Like I said, I just kind of made a really small portion. So, you know, just kind of in the bottom of the pan here. And I'll probably go over it a little bit more, make sure all that cornstarch is kind of melted, but yeah. And so I'm gonna put this in a glass container, and then we'll have soy sauce around. And yeah, it is a new thing. So thanks for coming along with, and if you want the recipe, I'll link it down below. Like I said, there's not really any portions except for the cornstarch. It's just kind of squeezing and then tasting and seeing how much you actually need. So like this'll work for my husband and I for probably you know, just one dinner. Like we're gonna have some leftovers, etc. So yeah, so if you like these type of videos, they're fairly random, but I also do pressure canning, water bath canning, and just preserving what we can, especially with all of the prices going up. I also do a little bit of preparedness videos. Those will be coming out soon, kind of like what I keep in our vehicle when we travel, also in our home as well. This is our second home. We're here for the winter, so this isn't my main residence for 9 months of the year. It's only my residence for like 3 or 4 months. So I don't have quite as much here, but I can show you, bring you along with, and show you what I have here in general. So thanks for coming with, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys, and God bless.